Hi, and welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're having a great time here at Vintage Motor Cars in Sun Prairie, right on Reiner Road. It's kind of a sneaky way to find it, but when you do, you go down a long winding path and end up surrounded by this.
Beauty.
So, beauty in the form of cars of lots of different years, lots of different vintages, just beautiful. But I'm not talking about cars right now. I'm talking to this dude next to me. This is Chris Martingilio from Martingilio Martial Arts. Chris, thank you for joining us today.
Hello, thank you.
I have never had the pleasure of interviewing you, so I'm going to just start from the jump. Tell me about what you do and makes it special at Martingilio.
We teach self-defense, period.
Thank you for doing that for
Yes,
all of us,
yes,
by the
for
way.
all, that's it. So we really help people take responsibility for that. Most parents don't know how to take that responsibility. Most individuals don't know how to take that responsibility. And for the most part, most people don't understand how to actually be aware of their surroundings or anything. They feel like people around them should adapt to them and not, not attack them or not bother them. It's the wrong way to think. So we help people to navigate those waters. How do I teach my kid to take that responsibility? How do I teach my family to take that responsibility, and again, myself? So,
I like that a lot because you can't really just spend your time, wandering through the world just assuming everything's going to go your way. You need to be aware of everything around you and alert at all times.
All times.
For safety reasons, right?
It's not just about how well I can punch you. It's about how I can avoid to have to punch you. And most people don't do that. Whether we're talking about concealed weapons or we're talking about just basic self-defense, it's all the same to me. It's about awareness. It's about people having the tools and the understanding of what are they looking for? Why are they looking for what, the signs that people are going to attack them? But then they have to have the resources as well to respond to that once they acknowledge or see it happening. And so that's the second part of what I do.
So the first part is some street smarts and awareness.
Yes.
Second part is having the tools in your satchel to learn how to use them, right?
Correct.
That's what you do.
That's correct.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Yeah.
And as I'm listening to this conversation, this kind of reminds me that knowing self-defense, taking responsibility for knowing how to defend yourself is really kind of like an insurance policy. When we buy insurance, we're hoping that we never have to use it. We hope that we never get in a car accident or never get sick or whatever. But we're making that investment so that should something happen, we're protected.
Yes.
So we're hoping, obviously, and you hope for your students that they never do get attacked and they never do have to use these skills, but if they do, they're ready.
Right.
It's a great analogy, Justin.
Yeah. Well, and we've seen people on campus, off campus, at the mall. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, Madison and Dane County is a fairly safe place, but doesn't mean that we're not going to be attacked or have that opportunity for somebody to take something from us, whether we're at the mall walking with our bags for Christmas or otherwise.
Right.
So because of the light change that happens, I think, in 2 weeks, and the weather change, people are feeling a little more desperate at the holidays. You've got to pay attention. And so your awareness of your surroundings and paying attention everywhere you go is paramount in making sure that you're defending yourself. I mean, that's first. If I can't do that, I can't defend myself.
Yeah.
Right.
That's really interesting that you bring up, we talked a little bit before we started about coming into this time of year of needing to be extra aware. And I was wondering where that was going, and I'm glad that you said, the change in the light, like that makes such sense. You know, I appreciate it when it starts to get dark. I love Halloween. I love this time of year, being able to be out at night and still having it not be too cold. But that makes a lot of sense. I mean, as a woman, someone who's raising young kids, everybody needs to be aware of how things change and how that changes your sense of safety.
Yeah.
So,
so what we do is not only do we teach that awareness so that you're constantly moving your eyes and looking around, not to a point where I don't want to make you feel like you're paranoid.
right.
We're not paranoid. We're prepared. Paranoia is not something I want to go through my day with.
Sure.
Right.
But then if I see something happening around me or by me, I have tools to deal with that. And we think about the school district does not provide those tools for our kids.
No.
Right.
Many parents don't have the resources to provide those tools for our kids.
Right.
So this is why you have to come to someone like me. I get a lot of kids that are going into college that need this, that parents are coming a little late, a little delayed on that, like their senior year. I really hope my daughter has this.
Right.
I try to start them at 4 or 5 for this kind of stuff. But
Oh, okay.
I encourage people, no matter what age group they are, to come talk to me and let's have a conversation about your safety, your family safety, what we can do to increase your safety around the holidays or for anything around this time of year is going to be a little different than in the summertime when we've got light until 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Right. And we've talked about this a little bit before, but we just have about a minute left, and I'm wondering if you can kind of share again with our viewers you know, what sets you apart from other, I mean, there's a lot of different martial arts schools in this area. What kind of makes Martingilio Martial Arts unique?
Well, the difference really between schools is competitive or non-competitive.
Right.
And unfortunately in this town, there's a lot of competitive schools because kids like the big trophies and they like the flashy moves. And unfortunately, that doesn't save your butt in a bad situation.
Right.
You have to come to me. You have to learn that it's the hard work that pays off, not the trophies that make it important. And so I'm 100% self-defense, no tournaments whatsoever. And that's what separates us.
Oh, we appreciate that very much because you need to, like you said, you can learn the glory of it, but if you don't have the tools from the beginning of your training and the information from someone who's
It has to
been doing
be
it for a long
educational.
time.
It has to be. It can't be recreational and it can't be sport.
Right.
So you said you do teach, we're just about out of time, but I just want to shout out, how long have you been doing this? You teach young kids all the way to how old?
I'm knocking on the 30th year here, so lots of years. My school has been open now for 14 years.
Wow, congratulations.
So thank you.
That is quite a feat.
Yes.
Chris Martingilio, thanks for joining us
Thank you.
today. We'll be back with more Wisconsin Family here at Vintage Motors after the break.